Hello everyone, welcome back to another daily Marvel Snap live stream. Thank you guys for joining us for our lunch period. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. We are actually going to be running a deck that we designed specifically for the Fisk Tower featured location, and we haven't featured it in a video yet. So we're excited to kind of test it out a bit. If Fisk Tower shows up, it typically feels pretty good. And then it's also able to perform even if Fisk Tower doesn't show up. So the issue we've been having with a lot of our featured location builds is that the featured location doesn't appear as often as you might think. And so with this one, we are going to be able to perform fairly well regardless of if it comes up. We'll just have more of an advantage if it does. And so we're going to go ahead and switch over, and we will make sure that we are live. It looks like we have a couple of people jumping in now. So good morning, everybody. I hope that you are having a fantastic day so far. We're going to go ahead and jump into some games while it kicks off and while it launches everywhere. So let's go ahead and jump in with our Fisk Tower deck list. Hey, Sammy, welcome. Hey, Ao, thank you for jumping in and joining us live. And then Ardref, thank you for jumping in and joining us. I almost forgot our headphones today. We wouldn't have been able to hear any of the notifications or anything. Hey, Joshua, how's it going? I hope your day is going well. First up, we have Irish Thunder. We have Miniaturized Lab as the first location. Hey, hi, it's me. Hey, me, how's it going? We have Miniaturized Lab as the first location. We're not going to be able to play anything into it. With this deck list, we designed it kind of high rolly. Hey, Mac, welcome back to the stream. I'm so glad you could join us today. We kind of designed it in a high roll way. We don't have a lot of like 1 and 2 cost cards, and so we're. Hey, Joshua, just working the usual. Yep, I completely understand that. We have a pretty busy day, so it's been pretty hectic. I haven't had as much downtime as I normally do. And so no Fisk Tower. Hey, I saw Mystique was your last card. It was my first in pull 3. Francis. Imagine, yo, what up? Are you dual streaming? Hey, yeah. So we're actually streaming to both Twitch and YouTube right now. So until we are an affiliate with Twitch, we're able to stream both simultaneously without any kind of issue. So I think we're going to pull their squirrel over with our Polaris here. That way it caps out this location. The only issue is it looks like they're running a token deck. So we may run into a potential issue there. Hey, Looney Tune, how's it going? I was just binge watching your YouTube videos. Oh, thank you so much. I hope that you were having a good time. I hope they were still helpful. They do drop their Patriot, but that lane caps out. Oh my gosh, this is the perfect build for for a Patriot deck, but they're not able to drop cards until turn 6 actually. Hey, Alexander, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. And I did see your comment. Thank you for making sure that we're okay. In the deck explanation for our last video, I had just woken up from a nap. I didn't get to do. I forgot that I hadn't recorded it when I went on to do the editing, and so then it was really late, and so I had just woken up. I was still groggy, but no, we're all good. And then Albert, you're still pretty early. We've only been live for a few minutes, and so you are definitely okay. So do we want to drop our Sunspot? We could drop our Sunspot and our Wave. And then we can pass next turn to drop an Infinite either here or here, depending on what it looks like. Hey, Dry, no, this is too early. I'm still at work. Oh, no, I'm so sorry, Dry. Hopefully you're able to jump on, at least for a little bit. I appreciate you just jumping in and saying hey at the very least. So we can drop our Magneto. That'll give us 12 power. They can still do a Mystique, which would copy Patriot. I believe that was the last card that they dropped, and so it would give 2, 4, 6, and so they would end up being 16. This right now would put us right at 16. They would beat us here. but a Mystique is not going to be a huge drop in this location. And then we could always... I don't know if I don't know. I'm pretty sure they'll have Mystique at this point, but such a crazy deck to play. I like it. If the new location shows up, I've been having a horrible time finding the new location. So last night, I tried for like an hour and a half to get footage for Fisk Tower so we could do that video instead. I'll watch the recording on YouTube. Take care. Thank you so much. I hope that you have a great day at work. Thank you for jumping in and joining us, at least for a little bit. And so we played like 15 games, and I only saw it maybe twice. But otherwise I like it. I like it. It's like a really buffed up version of Kingpin, and so you don't even need Kingpin to really enable it. So I think maybe we do Lockjaw Juggernaut. We'll be tied here, but if we can win this lane by enough. So in our deck list, we still have Jubilee, we still have Odin, we still have Sarah. It's a gamble, but we're gonna go ahead and just try it out anyways. They do have the Mystique. Pokezod, wow, that's such a good idea to stream the featured / hot location. You can maybe even build decks from the location. Yeah, and we can tweak it as we go. Hopefully we can find the featured location. For whatever reason, we've been having a really tough time with it today. And so we don't draw into the Jubilee or the Odin to continue our combo, but that's okay. So Dustin, always happy to catch the lunch stream. Enjoy the collab you're doing with the pup behind you. I know she's been hanging out in like my last 3 videos. I think she found her new favorite spot, and she's just been hanging out there. Why don't you drop the Sunspot to the right and Infinite on the left? That would have made more sense. Murder, we could have came up over their power level past on 5 for the win on 6. So Murder, that would have definitely been the play line. Unknown channel, it gave me a loss, so my feelings are complicated on it. That's true.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
Hey, silly boy. Thank you so much for jumping in as a super supporter. I appreciate it. That's actually the third tier. So thank you so much for supporting the channel, just jumping in and helping out. With that level of membership, you'll get early access to the videos. So I typically try to get them uploaded before I go to bed the night before. You'll get the link ahead of time and the emojis, the cool badges, and all that sort of thing. And so thank you so much for the membership. So Mac Wilson Fisk's tower is missing. Yeah, I've been trying to find it everywhere. Kevin, awesome, finally made it to a live stream. Thank you so much for jumping in. I hope you're having a great day so far, and I hope you enjoy the stream. You just got Ultron today, but I still confuse it with this card. With which card? With which card, Albert? We don't get Fisk Tower again. But I think doing the Lockjaw here would be pretty decent. We're going to be able to flip into some high power cards with our Jubilee. And then, let's see. Did I see you testing out Invisible Woman and Kingpin recently? Yeah, Yate. So it does work. You can do... Thank you so much, silly boy. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the content, the videos, and the live stream. So it does work. So you can do Kingpin behind Invisible Woman, then you can hide Arrow back behind Invisible Woman or Magneto, and any card that it pulls once they reveal will be destroyed. So it's kind of like a sneaky surprise to them. I think we go with the Jubilee flip here. We want to pull out some of our higher power cards. You need Kingpin to bring out Fisk's Tower. Apparently, I may sub out a card and just see if that's what causes us to start seeing Fisk Tower, because it's been very rare, very rare that we've been able to see it. This deck is strong even without the featured location. Yeah, so Organic Chicken is this deck just to try to abuse the feature. So it is designed to be strong with the featured location, but it's not the only, like it's still able to function without it. And so we still have like the cheat 6 kind of style where we have the Lockjaw, we have the Jubilee. We subbed out Juggernaut. Hey Ohad, thank you for the follow on our Twitch channel. We subbed out Lady Sif and Ghost Rider for Juggernaut and Polaris, but it may be something that we sub back in at some point. So I think we may want to drop our Sarah onto the board this turn. We can do that. That would all... Oh, never mind. We already have Odin out. It's turn 5. So we can pull their Electro out. They can only drop 1 card per turn. We could pass here and do the Infinite here if we think that would be enough to swing us the location. Or if we can be winning here, we can always pull their cards with Arrow. We're going to skip here and see what they play. Are any lane control cards good with Daredevil because of turn 5? So most of the lane control cards become really, really powerful with Daredevil. So you can do Professor X. You can drop that reliably. You can do Spider-Man to an extent. It's just a low power card, so it's hard to still be winning in multiple lanes after that. Juggernaut to Clintar. Hey Nick, how's it going? I hope that you're having a great day so far, and I appreciate you jumping in and joining us for the live stream. Hey, thank you for the super chat as well, silly boy. And so we can do the Infinite in Clintar, but I don't think that's a great drop. They can only do 1 card. Want to see some Stormquake combo. You bluff enemy placing. So I tried to make the Stormquake combo work. What is nice to be here? What is Fisk Tower? So Fisk Tower is the new featured location. I'll pull it up after this game, after we lose this game, because they're going to play into Nidavellir here. It'd be the only... Oh, and they win by 1, actually. Daredevil and Professor X is really good. Yeah, Harry. It is very, very good. So we're going to go to the main screen. I will show you what Fisk Tower is, because apparently we can't find it in an actual game. And then Dead Storm, with so many locations and cards that change your power, it is almost impossible to play reliably. The Quake, you're talking about... Oh, no, the Cerebro? Yeah. So Fisk Tower, when a card moves here, you destroy it. So our deck list is designed around being able to shift the location of the opponent's cards. If we can pull into it, that is. Good game, 3rd or so time I've played you, but first time I've won. Hey Eric, it was a really good game. I see your name all the time when we're playing and when we're recording. So it's nice that you jumped in the live stream. I appreciate you being here, and I'm glad that you got some cubes. We're trying to find Fisk Tower, but we're having a hard time. Have you been seeing it while you're playing? Oh yeah, don't forget to like the live stream if you're enjoying the live stream. If you enjoyed the lunch streams, make sure that you like it. I always forget to plug that. So so thank you so much, Harry. We have Fisk Tower, guys. It exists. So now it just comes down to how do we want to play it. So one of my favorite combos in this deck list is doing an Arrow and then following up with an Odin, because it's so unanticipated. Once you see Arrow, you feel like you can play your other cards pretty safely. You can trigger Arrow again with your Odin. You can pull them back in. You can destroy the cards. So maybe we can get some kind of cool things going on. This location work with Quake. Yeah, well, you can shift the location around. So if they, let's say, flooded Fisk Tower and then we moved it with Quake, then any card that we moved over into the new Quake location would be destroyed. So I think we use Polaris here. I think we try to destroy their Angela before she gets buffed up. They're probably going to flood the board a little bit here, though. We're still going to try it. We may either way. We're going to destroy a card. Ooh, so they drop a Storm. I wonder if we can get the Angela upside, or if we end up pulling the Korg or the Storm. We pull the Korg, unfortunately. DaddyGamingNightly, yeah, you made it fairly early. We're only about maybe 10 to 15 minutes in on the live stream, so you still have plenty of time to enjoy it. So they are going to cap out this flooded location. We're not really going to be able to compete with it too much. We could do Wave. We could do wave, and then we could pull it with an arrow. That's going to allow, well, they are running a kind of swarm style deck, I think, with the Angela, with the Korg. So maybe a wave here is the play. Never mind, arrow on Fisk tower works now. Yeah, it does. Hey, Yoshi. Glad I got to go against you today and get your live stream again. Yeah, our game was so close it ended in a draw. Those draws are so infrequent, but whenever it happens, it's so much fun to see. So I'm glad you joined us for the live stream. I hope you're having a great day so far. You must be good at Hearthstone. We hit whenever we were playing right before this, we hit legendary pretty consistently, but we didn't push for like an insanely high level after that. So if I was them, I would drop cards into Fisk Tower here. So maybe we push it out with Juggernaut, which doesn't feel great. They're only able to drop one card. I think we're going to go with the Odin here to make sure that we're keeping them limited. And then depending on where they drop a card. So they drop 2 cards here. Speaking of Hearthstone, I was just about to play some dungeon runs. Yeah, I haven't played since we started focusing really hard on Marvel Snap, but prior to that, we were playing it almost exclusively. And then Joel, new subscriber, your builds and explanations are so great. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you found the channel and that you're enjoying the content. And then hey, Kraken Noel, how's it going? Have you played with the new featured location yet? We're not having an amazing time with it so far. We find it pretty infrequently, and so when we do, I feel like I always choke up. And the Marvel Snap looks great. So they're asking us to snap. I would play into Fisk Tower if I was them. But what are they going to play? We could pull their cards over with Magneto. So we can pull Rock Slide and Storm. Hey, Harshvard Han. Thank you so much for the follow. Hulk biceps. Calm down a little bit. I think we're going to go with destroying their Storm and their Rock Slide. It's not going to give us the win in this lane, but if we tie, it'll give us the tiebreaker a little bit easier. I have indeed, but in a Kingpin deck also. Yeah, so it doesn't feel great in like a Kingpin deck. Yeah, we had to mute so they do an arrow, but we played into Fisk Tower, so they're not going to get the upside. We end up winning both locations there. Hey Doma, I can only hop on to say hi on your stream. Okay, I hope that you have a great night. I hope you sleep well. And I appreciate you jumping in just to say hey. And then the live stream recap will be on, or actually the whole live stream will be on both Twitch and YouTube after we finish. And so if you want to check it out later, it will always be there for you. And then our Hobgoblin cards, or will Hobgoblin cards be destroyed on Fisk Tower? I don't think so. Because I think it says send to the opponent's side of the board. I don't think it says move. So let me pull up our Green Goblin real quick. And so it says they gain control of it. So I don't think it counts as a move. It's just a shift. And so we're going to go ahead and jump into another one. Maybe we can keep the upside. When we find Fisk Tower, it works pretty well. Shout out to Bryn Brode on making fantastic card games. Yeah, this one feels really good. It's unique. It's not something that it's not like copy paste. So it's not like the standard format. And so it feels like new and inviting and gripping. And so we're going up against Dapper Beagle now. Why no Kingpin for the games when Fisk doesn't flip up? He's difficult to use. I think it may be a okay card, so we could sub like a Juggernaut in for Kingpin. Whenever Fisk Tower's not there, we try to lean into the high power because Kingpin kind of telegraphs our play. And then if Fisk Tower shows up, Kingpin feels like overkill. At least is the justification so far. We're still testing it out, so we're still making some updates. And so it may be better with Kingpin, but at least in our testing so far, we're doing it without. Hey, E-Style Gamer, you're still pretty early. We're only about 20 minutes in, so I appreciate you you jumping in and enjoying the stream with us. Do we gamble here? We are. We're going to. Nope, they play in Fisk Tower. That's okay. So Kingpin now effect after... Yeah, so whenever you play Kingpin, it will trigger on turn 6. You don't have to set it up ahead of time, so you can drop it on the same turn. And it will still go off if you can move cards over there. Hey, Juan, caught your live stream at last. A real challenge for today would be working on a move. No kidding. We would have to incorporate some kind of way to change the location for sure. So we'd have to keep like a Scarlet Witch in the deck list just to change Fisk Tower when it comes up. So I think we're going to... I think we drop our Jubilee here. I don't think they... The only issue is if we pull into Arrow, we would want it in Fisk Tower. Maybe we play that instead. Oh, I got a great idea. Heimdall, nobody will see it coming. Yeah, we'll shift all of our cards over. And armor would work great in a move style deck, or just whenever you move any cards. So we do flip into Arrow, and we get the upside of being able to destroy the card that they played into the compound. And then we pull back into Jubilee, which is perfect. We're going to be able to Jubilee this turn, hopefully pull into... We're going to go ahead and snap off of it. So they end up retreating. The Jubilee, we would hope that we pulled into like an Infinite. On turn 6, we would have dropped Odin into Fisk Tower to re-trigger Arrow. So even if they had played anywhere else, we would have pulled them back in, and then it would have destroyed them. And so far so good. I finally saw Fisk Tower's animation. It's been popping up really infrequently, but we got pretty lucky. The last, I think, 2 games we had Fisk Tower. So far so good, guys. Yeah, and Fisk Tower will destroy our card if Heimdall moves to the right. Yeah, yep. So if we move into Fisk Tower with a Heimdall, it'll destroy our cards. So we'd have to have an armor. But I don't know what order the armor ongoing ability would trigger. I don't know if it shifted over, if that ongoing would be effective right away, or if it would potentially destroy the card before it came into effect. Play all day, never saw it trigger. Really, yeah. So last night I played for about an hour and a half trying to get a Fisk Tower video that we could release instead of the Black Widow one this morning. I saw it like 2 times in a matter of an hour and a half, so I had to eventually give up. Your luck versus mine for seeing the locations is wild. Yours is every game. Oh my gosh, Kraken. I wish. Like that would be the goal. That's what we were trying to go for, and we haven't had much luck. Why is your stream? Oh, you're right. I forgot. That's my bad. I think we're at 6. We won the last 2. In chat, keep me honest. Was anyone keeping track? We'll update it from now on. I forgot that was there, so thank you for calling that out, Juan. So Death's Domain, whenever you play a card here, it's going to be destroyed. That's going to be a good place for our Jubilee. Jubilee is going to get destroyed. Hey, Paul, how's it going? I hope that you have. I hope that you're having a great day. We're going to pull into... Hey, Double Pope, thank you for the follow on the Twitch account. We're going to pull a card with our Jubilee, and then we can kind of go from there. But I think locking down that location is going to be... oh, no. So they Quake on us. And we used our Jubilee. Oh, and it destroys the Quake. Wow. So we pull their Deathlock over with Magneto. No, Deathlock's only... Yeah, we pull their Deathlock over with Magneto into Mojo World. Can you briefly explain the use of Sarah in this deck? Yeah, so Sarah is here for like more of a high roll style play. So if we hit Wave on 3, we can do Sarah on 4. On turn 5, that allows us to drop our Odin again. And then, which would re-trigger Wave. On turn 6, the opponent can only drop 1 card, but we can drop 2. We can drop 2 6-cost cards, so we can do something cool like an Arrow and a Magneto both into Fisk Tower. We could do an Arrow to pull them out of Fisk Tower. It creates a lot of different combo options. And so Polaris here... feels okay. We can pull over their Nightcrawler. to disrupt them in the Superflow. They won't get the upside from the additional energy anymore, and it pulls one out of Mojo World. That was a weird Quake interaction. Hey Kevin too, thank you so much for subscribing to us on YouTube. I hope that you enjoy the content and enjoy the live stream. Hey Error, how's it going? I'm so glad that you're joining us from the Philippines. I hope that you're having a great day so far, and thank you for being here. So we can drop our Sarah. That's going to make Arrow cost 4. It'll make Lockjaw cost 2. So then we'll be able to play Lockjaw on the last turn. We can use Arrow to pull out of Mojo World. That way we have the 100-point win here. And then as long as they aren't able... Actually, I think they can still move their Nightcrawler, right? So I think they may have the win here because they could move their Nightcrawler into Death's Domain. Since we pulled it with Polaris, they haven't moved it yet. Yep. Did Swordmaster get the buff? So he got reduced in cost, so that there is an easier curve for him. And then we can Odin, which will pull their Nightcrawler back over. We'll send them Hobgoblin. So I think I think that's a good idea. Ardref. And then Odin left sends Hobgoblin back. Yeah, it sends it back, and Polaris will re-trigger, so we can rip their Nightcrawler back out of Death's Domain, so then it becomes down to a tiebreaker again. Does subbing out Lockjaw with Daredevil, would it be viable? So Lockjaw isn't huge in this deck list, at least with Fisk Tower. He's more so for games where we don't draw into the move component. And so I don't know that Daredevil would be the right sub since we don't have any like really impactful turn 5 plays. But I think you could sub Lockjaw out for sure. Hey Tommy Lee, been able to catch your stream, everything, your life. Hey, thank you so much for jumping in and joining the stream. So they use Enchantress, and that's all they play. So we're gonna pull their Nightcrawler out. We're gonna send the Hobgoblin back. We're gonna win both left and right locations for just a huge play. That Polaris, I love Polaris. It's a high power 3-cost card, and it has quite a bit of utility. You can use them to like pull cards out of Mojo World. You can use it for a lot of really cool things. So even if we hadn't been able to send Hobgoblin back and they capped us out here, we won this one by over 100. So very, very fun game. Even without Fisk Tower, the deck list still performs okay. It's designed to kind of high roll whenever Fisk Tower does come up. And so yeah, Odin is really good right now with all of the goblins, and I really like it when we're running Arrow because we can sneak a second Arrow essentially into our gameplay. Hey Hydra King, how's it going? I've been trying to catch this live stream. Love the content. Start streaming the game myself, and I hope we can see each other. Yeah. I hope that your streams are going well. I'm glad you're able to jump in and catch us live. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. And then Jock, I don't know. So thank you so much for the follow, Booty Doodle. I don't know. I think Kingpin could have a place. I was anticipating seeing Fisk Tower much more often, and whenever you see Fisk Tower, it doesn't feel great to have both. Guys, don't forget to support the channel. Thank you so much for the call out, DaddyGamingNightly. Yeah, if you want to, we do have memberships set up on YouTube where you can pay like a set amount. It's anywhere from $3 to $10 right now. And it helps support the channel. You get some cool like emojis, some cool badges, things like that. So if it is something that you want to do, then we greatly appreciate any and all help that you guys send our way. We don't have any amazing plays right now. I don't think we even dropped the Juggernaut. Sunspot's going to get the 3 power anyways. And sending it off in any particular direction doesn't feel impactful. Hey Umais, how's it going? Decided to play a move deck and saw the location was featured. Ooh, so they were running a Hela style deck, unless that was generated from District X. Albert, what if we and our opponent have a Viper card and then there's a 1 Hobgoblin? It'll bounce back and forth a couple of times, but it'll be a pretty cool interaction nonetheless. So I think I think we do Jubilee into Danger Room. That way we can guarantee we get a card there. That's going to be the harder place to play into. And then maybe it's that we skip on 5 and just drop our Infinite. In a District X style game, Infinite's going to be huge. And Imina, if we didn't have District X, I definitely would have snapped. But with District X, their draw line's a little bit different, so we don't know if it's as impactful. I think we're gonna skip here, and then I think let's press the like button to support the channel. Yeah, if you are enjoying the live streams, the lunch live streams, if you hit like on the if you're on the YouTube side. If you're on the Twitch side, then there's no like button. But if you're on the YouTube side, then hit the like button. It helps the live stream out, and I greatly appreciate it. And then there was a question I think I missed from Gag. Any tips on rank, on climbing rank? Should I use just one deck? I like to switch it up. Using one deck is good, but if you ever feel like you're hitting a wall where you're just trying to like constantly push up against it and you're not having great luck, sometimes changing the deck can be all the difference. Sometimes just switching out or teching out cards can kind of refresh your kind of RNG or your luck. And so, what's up? Love the live streams. Thank you so much, Jesus, for jumping in and joining us. Best video for mid-game decks. I'm at 250. Right now, I mean, it may be biased. We have a free-to-play series that we're doing. Why is it I'm seeing a lot of rock slides? I don't know. Rock slides becoming a lot more common to disrupt the opponent's like major play draw lines, but I'm seeing it a lot more often as well. Daddy Gaming. So here, Infinite doesn't feel great actually, because we would be down here. I don't know. Oh, it could be a 6 Cerebro deck. Well, no, it can't. They have District X, so this was generated by District X actually. I think we end up losing. I don't know of a better play line off the top of my head, so we're gonna just do that. If they so they do only play Magneto. No, never mind. I forgot. We're not gonna grow and win in the right lane. So Jesus Plays, what's up? Loving the live streams. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're joining in. Andrew, I don't think I answered your question. We have a free-to-play series. I think by about episode 2 or 3, we were kind of at that collection level where we're getting some pretty good pool 1 cards, and we're mixing in a few pool 2s. So you may check out that series if you're looking for like a deck build inspiration. Imagine Wave 3, Magic 4, Goblin and Viper after your opponents, and then you both they would be. I don't think that would happen very often, but it would be crazy to see it just bouncing back and forth like continually. Wong plus Ironheart plus Kamar Taj is huge. So if we ever see Kamar Taj as a hot location again, hey Lucas, thank you so much for subscribing to us on YouTube. Did the game devs invite you to be a partner already? No, so I haven't had any contact with the game developers. It's just I played the game. I kind of fell in love with the style, how different it felt, and just the overall mechanic. Thank you, Jwams. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I haven't had any contact with the devs, but a partner position or just anything where I can kind of help. Just in any way would be amazing. But no, right now it's just we're creating content just out of our joy for the game. Oh my gosh, we forgot to update the cube log again, didn't we? We're terrible. Thank you, Pilk, for the super chat. I'm so glad.
Loved today's video.
I'm so glad that you loved the video today. The Black Widow was a difficult one to build around. She's very niche. And so she has a few decks that she goes in well. So thank you so much for Pilk. Thank you so much, Pilk Enjoyer, for the super chat. You did the same thing yesterday. You are absolutely incredible. I can't tell you how much we appreciate the support. I think Second Dinner will only allow content creator partners when the game releases. Potentially, yeah. And then Kraken, I saw that you sent a message, so we're going to scroll up and find it. So in Destroyer, I tried 2 new cards today. Over the Scorpion, Iceman, Korg slot. Black Widow actually felt pretty good, really, to slow them down before the turn 5 play. And then Hazmat, since most of our stuff gets blown up. And then Colossus wouldn't get triggered by it. That's not bad. Polaris, that Infinity Woman. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if we want to wait a turn for them to drop more resources into Mojo World, or if we want to drop it now. I'm kind of leaning on doing it now. So they'll go into Clintar. We didn't have a great turn 3 play, so we can actually double sabotage, right? So if they now decide to play a card into the Invisible Woman lane, Juggernaut will push it off into another direction. It's a bit of gamble. Jubilee would probably be the safer play. That way we can start filling up Mojo World, but I like the idea of causing them to discard like their Hela or something that they don't want to. So we're going to now Juggernaut. We're throwing them for all kinds of loops. What kind of discard card is it? So it's a Hell Cow. Ooh, and then they discard their Hela. So we do get the upside. We're going to go ahead and snap off of that for sure. Oh, wow. I was looking for the notification, but that was just us snapping. That's our follow and our subscribe notification. I was looking for the notification pop up. And so we also have Arrow. You're right. So I think we're going to do a Jubilee here. Hey, Mumutash, thank you so much for the follow on the Twitch account. And so, yeah, we did hit him with a snap. We have one additional play. Our Odin is actually going to allow us to re-trigger Jubilee. And then we're going to pull into another card. It's Chavez. So oh my gosh, our Mojo World lane is huge. So even if they have like a Ghost Rider, they discarded, unfortunately, they discarded our Arrow. Yeah, we're streaming to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Probably better to snap before the jug flip. It depends. I didn't know for sure if they were going to play a card into the Invisible Woman lane. And so we didn't snap until after we knew for sure. So what do we have left in our deck? We have Infinite, actually, right? So the big Infinite play. We could do Lockjaw Wave. That's going to flip Wave into Infinite, because our Arrow was what got discarded. And then if they cap this one out with their Ghost Rider here, as long as they can't come up over us in power in Clintar, then we should be fine. You can Magneto Hell Cow off Mojo. That would have been good too, unless they just flooded it. But running a Hela style deck, most likely they wouldn't be able to. And so then we flip into Infinite. We're gonna coast this one all the way through. So they do bring, no way. Okay, so it. Oh my gosh, what are the chances? That could have been really bad. That was a 1 in 4, a 1 in 4 resummon, right? Oh my gosh, Door, that was too close for comfort. Oh my gosh. So the good luck from them, the bad luck where it stacked their cards. They could have easily stacked them and like doubled them up in Mojo World, and we would have lost. Oh my gosh. I had an opponent play Punisher, then Rescue into Iron Man, then Mystique. Since Bar with No Name was the middle location, they were superpowering the one location to win by a high number. Wow. And so I've seen Punisher and Mystique, Punisher and Iron Man a lot more often since the Season Pass mission came up. Don't have Arrow yet. Would Captain Marvel be a decent sub? In Fisk Tower, I don't know. So that was an 8Q game, so we're going to bump it up to 16. In the Fisk Tower, thank you so much, Captain, for the follow. With Fisk Tower, it would limit the space that Captain Marvel could move. So I don't know that I would sub it out for Captain Marvel. You might be able to sub it out for something else, maybe a Kingpin to enable your moves otherwise. But Captain Marvel wouldn't be able to move into Fisk Tower if that's active. We're going to go ahead and pass here. Is the cube counter not? No, it's not an automatic thing. Eclate. We're updating it poorly, might I add, but we're updating it manually after each game. I missed the biofreeze. Oh man, I haven't seen biofreeze in a long time. I will never live biofreeze down. I didn't think I was going to get past. I didn't think I was going to get past the pirate patch era, but we found a way to one up it with biofreeze. I was so confident in the pronunciation too. Like I didn't even second guess it. It just this is so awful. Yeah, it's Bifrost Samuel. When it first came out and it was featured, we did a video on it and we mispronounced it every single time we said it. We even added some corrections. Like midway through, and the corrections were wrong as well. So we were saying biofreeze. We then corrected it to biofrost, and not once did we say bifrost correctly. Not like it was awful. So I think we go with the Sarah play here. That's going to allow us to do a pretty big turn 6 play, because we'll play Odin next turn, and then we're going to be able to drop Magneto and another card on turn 6. How about a death movement deck? Jose, what do you have in mind? Besides the death and movement. So with movement, for death, we'd have to destroy cards, which seems counterproductive for our movement style, right? And so we are going to play Odin to re-trigger wave. They played a card here last turn at 4 cost, so we can assume it probably took 4 energy in Dark Dimension. So maybe something I don't know, with a Zoo style deck, maybe a Khazar. To continue that last message, I played definitely not a Khazar. I played Magneto into BWNN and pulled Mystique, which was an Iron Man clone. So you win all 3 lanes since your 12 power was the lower power. Wow. So Bar with no name is crazy whenever you see it. So biofreeze sounds like something a frat would be caught doing. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. So they can do 1 card drop here. We can do 2. We're currently winning in Nova Roma. We can do something like a Magneto to come up over their power level here. Actually, what 4 cost cards do we have? Because they're drawing our cards. Oh, none. So we don't know. Then we could do Jubilee to try and come up over their power level in Weird World. And then they would have to flip Nova Roma. I think that gives us kind of the most spread power to try and win here. So we're going to go ahead and lock that one in. I think we'll be okay. So they only play 1 card because of the wave interaction. We pull into Lockjaw, and so now we're actually going to be able to flip into an arrow. And so we lose in Weird World, just barely though. Oh no. Our Magneto may have stabbed us in the back. Okay. We almost lost from the Magneto Khazar pull there. Victory. Do you think Infinite is more consistent than Dr. Doom in this deck list? I like the interaction with Infinite when we can skip. Maybe not in a normal pick 6. You can distribute the power. Whenever I run Dr. Doom, I like to have something to lock down a location, so something like a storm. That way you can sneak the power over. And so I don't know. I think it'd be a good substitution. But I do like being able to skip on 5 and cheat Infinite out onto the board for some really big power pushes. Cloak on Fisk Tower, maybe add Iron Fist to Death Wave. Oh, so you're talking about Death. Oh, okay, so Death in this movement style, right? I don't know how many cubes the last game was. We're gonna count it as 2. Thank you so much for the follow, Kat. So for the death move, are you talking about with Fist Towers, so getting the destruction from let's say we Polaris their card in, and that gets that destroyed, and then we can drop our death, right? That may actually be pretty good, and an easy sub here. Let's see, 2 of my favorite moments from this channel. You saying biofreeze in that video. I was so confident in it. I had no doubt in my mind. I can't go back. So we just have to lean in. We say it wrong every time on purpose now. and then you playing Destroyer when it was going to destroy your cards. That was so awful. And then when I was editing it, it's like watching a train wreck. You can't look away. When was Chavez nerfed? Probably about a month ago. It's been nerfed for a little while now. And so, we do have Fisk Tower here. We don't have any of our movement cards. I think we drop a Lockjaw here. We'll probably flip Jubilee next turn to get a big power push in this lane. And then maybe we try to skip on turn 5 to make a big last minute push into Fisk Tower. I thought she was 10 powered. Yeah, she was 10 powered, but she was being used really, really consistently. So they nerfed it by 1 power. They also nerfed Jubilee, so it no longer pulls the top card of your deck. Now it will pull. Now it just pulls a random card from your deck, so anywhere in your deck list. And so I think we still go with the Jubilee play here. We could Odin to reactivate Juggernaut to try to push whatever they play into Sakaar off, but I feel like that's, I don't know for sure that they're going to invest resources into Sakaar this turn. Yep, the same with Jubilee. And so they do a Green Goblin, which completely counters our Jubilee pool. So Jubilee's going to flip, but it's not going to pull a card from our deck list here, unfortunately. At least we get Chavez, so we have the win for right now, but it's not great. Ooh, I think we win here. We're going to snap back. We're going to do Arrow. Yeah, we're going to snap back. We're going to do Arrow. That's going to pull their card over, as long as they don't flood the board. If they do, we probably lose. But if they just drop like a big card in Central Park or Sakaar, we're going to try and move it over. We can always Odin to re-trigger Arrow on turn 6 as well. So they do drop a Moon Girl, which buffs up their Collector. We're going to pull it over with our Arrow. That's going to destroy it. They still have... No, we have initiative this turn. I think we do Arrow again. I think we go for the double insult to injury. Because then if they play into Fisk Tower, we have a chance to come up over their power level with our Odin anyways. And then if they don't, they're going to have to play 2 cards. That may be the play that they do, but they need to drop 5 power in Central Park, which seems a bit harder. So we're going to lock in with the Odin. Yeah, 100 viewers on YouTube, about 30 on Twitch. So we are So we get the Odin Arrow double trigger for the 8 cube victory. Oh my gosh, I love that interaction specifically with this deck list. The rest feels okay, but oh my gosh. So we add 8 onto our 18. We're gonna have 26. So far so good. We actually pushed up to 80 with that. Finally, Arrow feels like it's useful. Yeah, with Fisk Tower, it's huge. It's so incredible. Pilk Enjoyer, She-Hulk's show starts streaming later today for me. Ooh, nice. So I go on waves. It's on Disney Plus, right? I go on waves where I'll subscribe to Disney Plus for a month or 2. I binge watch everything that I want to see, and then I cancel for a few months, wait for like seasons and series to come out and be completed, and then I'll resubscribe and just binge everything again. Right now, I want to finish Better Call Saul. I stopped watching. Hey, Asurio, thank you so much for the follow. I stopped watching Better Call Saul after the mid-season finale, and I realized that I'd have access to it on AMC Plus. Hey, Tom, thank you so much for subscribing to the YouTube channel. I appreciate you being here and just enjoying the content. You can cloak Wolverine, Sabretooth, Bucky Nova. That would be pretty cool as well. So you could do cloak into Fisk Tower, move them over, get them destroyed on purpose. That way you have some pretty good upside. We're probably going to lose this one because we don't have a strong turn 1 through 3 game. We have a strong end game. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and retreat out. Let's update the cube counter. We'll take the 1 cube loss over a guaranteed 2. Adding insult to injury, what a play. I love the Odin Arrow. It's so unexpected. And yeah, Suryo, you played a couple of times in the last week. I saw your comment, and so now every time we match up, I feel a little bit guilty. And so I hope that they've always been good games. And so it's not like it's just been a one-sided show, but I do feel bad because we have access to so many more cards. But good news on Sulky Hulky, on our free-to-play account, we are starting to match against human players. And so we are starting to have a lot more fun on that account rather than just like the rinse repeat, it's like cheese with infinite kind of combo. Let's see. So don't come at me, but I've never watched Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. I've watched Breaking Bad probably 4 times all the way through. Like, it's the only series that I've watched like that consistently. But I think Breaking Bad is phenomenal. Better Call Saul was a very slow start. I think with it coming up to an end, it's getting where it's pretty entertaining. But up to that point, I think it was kind of slow go. TVA is very scary. If you have an early game like build, it's great. Like a Mysterio makes it really hard for them to win. But when you're having a late game like rotation style deck, it definitely doesn't feel great. So after this turn, Fisk Tower is going to move to a different location. So we're actually going to drop our Lockjaw into mid. That way we can cycle there. We can try to drop an arrow into wherever Fisk Tower goes to destroy some cards. And they do have an Invisible Woman again, but they have a Sunspot as well. We've been seeing Invisible Woman in a lot of different builds. Maybe they're doing like a Kingpin. Maybe they took... So after turn 4, so we're going to be able to destroy their Invisible Woman. We'll flip the Polaris. We will flip the Sunspot, and then Fisk Tower moves. So we're going to get some pretty cool upside against Test here. And then Mindscape is going to change our cards after turn 5. So we want to try to get all of our really high impactful cards out before that point. And so I do it yearly and watched it 6 times already. Breaking Bad is phenomenal. I was watching Breaking Bad the same time. And then we can kill their Sunspot too. Oh, we're gonna let this one roll out. So they'll have a Jubilee, but that's really the only great resource they have unless they skip here. Poor Sunspot, never saw it coming. But I was watching Dexter and Better Call Saul whenever it was first released, and the Breaking Bad series finale just blew Dexter's out of the way. Just absolutely blew it out of the way. And so they send us an Infinite. We send them an Infinite. Oh my gosh, they send us some really good cards. And since we have the advantage in these 2 lanes, we're going to play Magneto onto this side. We didn't send them Arrow, right? Okay, yeah, they ended up retreating. Yeah, Dexter was good until the last couple of seasons, and it felt a little bit forced. And I actually watched the like revamp, renew, which was okay. It kind of brought everything to an end, but it still wasn't like the first couple of seasons of Dexter. District X can leave as well. We're hating on some of the locations. So I think they're eventually going to do like a more competitive mode where some of those like really random, so like Ego and those kind of locations either don't appear or aren't in the rotation. Not Breaking Bad. Mine is an anime called Overlord. I've never watched Breaking Bad or Saul. I tried to watch Overlord. I didn't get very far. I made it maybe 2 or 3 episodes in. I liked what I saw. It's just the streaming service I had for it at the time didn't feel like it was very like choppy. It was like very grainy. It was a pain to use. But otherwise, I thought it was good from what I did watch. As far as animes, I've also watched most of Black Clover, My Hero Academia, some of like your standard animes I've indulged and binged in as well. This deck list is more of an insult. Yeah. It with Fisk Tower, it's so nasty, and I'm glad that we're starting to see Fisk Tower more often here. So we could. How do we want to play here? We can do the Wave Sarah Odin combo so that we can drop 2 large cards on the last turn. I think that's what we end up going with. And so they do drop another resource in Fisk Tower. So I'm wondering if they are afraid. Oh, never mind. We just played against Test, so they know that we have some move style cards. And so they're probably going to avoid playing outside of Fisk Tower until they cap it out, maybe. But we'll play our Sarah into Fisk Tower here. Next turn we can go with Odin into Hell's Kitchen. That will cap them. Oh no! They hit us with the Magneto. Oh no, that feels so bad. We got by our own location. Well played, Test, well played. So, are we afraid of the arrow here then? Do we go with like a Lockjaw Jubilee into this location? Like I'm terrified now. We can do Lockjaw Jubilee. Next turn we can either do arrow over here to pull whatever they drop into miniaturized lab, and then we can like sneak a win away in that location with our Sunspot. Or we can look for a better play line, but that's the kind of idea right now. Oh yeah, it's Test again. So we played against them last turn. I think they retreated on turn 5 into turn 6, so that they only lost 1 cube. But ooh, so we get Magneto. We don't pull anything, but we have a pretty high power push there, and then the Juggernaut. But they skipped. Hi Denise, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a great day. Oh boy. So they skipped, so they are very likely running like an Infinite. So I think we can do Arrow and then Sunspot. Arrow will guarantee that whatever they play, like if they play an Infinite, that it goes here. That's if they only drop the 1 card. I think that's our best bet. I would anticipate an Infinite here. But they may surprise us and do like an arrow, which would pull their Sunspot over and destroy it, and we'd end up losing. But I think this is our best bet here. So they do drop the 1 card. It's the Infinite. We're gonna pull it over with arrow. I'm so sorry, Test. We're gonna go ahead and write that down as the 28th cube gain for the stream so far. Oh my! The deck list is working out. Whenever Fisk Tower is there, it feels phenomenal. Like this deck list, and even so, last night I tried recording, and then even just right before the stream, I recorded for probably another like 15-20 minutes. I got out of a meeting early. Yeah, lucky on Test. Hope I'm gonna wait a minute so that we don't match against them again. I feel bad. So I had like 15-20 minutes, and I didn't see it once. And so once we started the stream, it's been popping off, and so I'm glad that if anywhere it's here that it's been doing well. By the way, I got my favorite America Chavez variant that you can buy in the shop today. 750 gold well spent. So I won. Which one is it, Asurio? I haven't actually made the move and purchase any variants yet, but we are conserving our gold now. We don't need it to push real hard on the collection log level, because we are pretty much at the end. We could probably get Mystique whenever we were ready, but we just want to get out all of our other videos before that. We don't want to push it too hard. We have plenty of other content we can cover in the meantime. You bought a very cool Adam Warlock variant today. I'm getting really close. There are some really cool ones that are starting to show up. The one that holds out her fist. I think I know which one you're talking about. I'll take a look at the variants after the stream. Hey Alex, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the membership renewal, by the way. So you're the first person that has hit 31 days, so it's renewed into month 2. So I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you jumping in the stream. So we are going to go ahead and skip here. We're going to let our Sunspot buff up a bit. They are going to, it looks like, probably play a lot of their cards into Fisk Tower. We can pull their Ant-Man into Jotunheim. But is that the play? Because then we're going to lose power on our Polaris each turn. I don't think that's the play just yet. I think eventually it might be, but we're just going to go with the Lockjaw for now. Ooh, and so they cap at the location with a Lizard and an Ebony Maw. So now we can do our Polaris. We can pull their card over. If we get Ebony Maw, then that's all that they can play. If we get one of the other ones, then they can't counter like an arrow play into Fisk Tower either. And so I think we go with the Polaris rotation here. We could potentially pull into like an Infinite. We can pull one of their 3 cards over. We're not going to be able to touch Colossus, but ooh, and they do a Wong. So We can pull a card. So Wong, friend. You can no longer use your Wong. What are the chances? Oh no! I guess you can. I laughed too soon. We flipped into Juggernaut, which pushed their Wong off. The Wong is going to lose energy each turn, but so they have initiative here, which feels pretty bad. They're going for like a spectrum buff. I think we play Arrow. No, they can play a card here this turn, so I think they will. I don't think they'll play it into Jotunheim. Maybe we pull it over into Jotunheim. We also need one more power here, but I don't see a good time or place to do it, because we want the advantage going into next turn. We want initiative. That way we can, I guess we would have to re-trigger Arrow over here. Not great. So I'm going to use Arrow here with the idea that we can drop Magneto into Fisk Tower next turn. We'll at least pull over maybe Wong. And it may be the Wong decision, but we're going with it. I think Juggy hates the Baldies. So they do a Mystique into Jotunheim. That's not good. So they have initiative, so whatever they drop, it's going to go off. So it's going to be the Spectrum, the quadruple Spectrum bonus. That's a no-win situation. It's going to do +2 to each of these cards 4 times. That is a retreat. The effect stays with Wong. It's just the animation is glitched out. I got like 10k gold, including the Nexus returned gold. What to do with it? So Brian, I don't know. 10k gold is a lot. You may hold it. We're gonna go ahead and take our cube loss down. So we're down to 27. You may hold it until we figure out what their next like monetization model is gonna be. Hopefully, it would be at a point where you wouldn't need 10,000 gold. You hate this deck. You can almost never defeat it. Which one? The Spectrum one? The one we just faced, Asurio? Ooh, and so we get Weird World. So we have 2 Jubilees here that we can do into... We can do one into Lockjaw and one into just a random lane. And we get the upside that Jubilee is going to pull from our cards and not Owen Lee's. And so we get a decent amount of upside from it. Yeah, the double or quadruple Spectrum... And then we pull their Lockjaw. What is going on? Owen Lee seems like they're running a very similar deck to us. I need to go. Hey, Unknown Channel, thank you so much for jumping in and joining the stream. We actually only have maybe 10 more minutes or so. This lunch stream has went by really quickly today. I hope you can offer your stream every day. So I'm not going to be able to do it every weekday. Depending on when we start getting busy. Sometimes I have working lunches, that sort of thing. Does Lockjaw pull your own cards still? It does. So we're going to get a Jubilee pull of our own cards and a Lockjaw pull of our own cards. So we get a pretty decent upside from it. And we may even be able to potentially deck ourselves so that they can't draw any additional cards. I think it'd be tough, but it's potential. And so Albert, we want to be able to do the stream every day, but with work obligations, I don't know that we'll necessarily be able to. But when we can do it, I've been having a blast. It's the Mr. Negative Jane Foster. So yeah, pretty good upside on their cards. What do you think about the last nerf? You thought it killed the only deck that low CL players can build. So are you talking about the Khazar Zoo? I think at a low pool level, you're still able to do the Khazar Zoo pretty effectively. And sometimes, to some extent, you can still run the strong guy. I think it really just hurt those people in higher collection log levels that were still running it. It's Sunspot plus Infinite. Wait, Daddy Gaming. What's Sunspot Infinite? So I think we're gonna. I don't think we have a great play here. I think with Wave, actually, maybe we do a Magneto. That way we have a 17 power card in Atlantis. The Kazoo. Yeah, so oh, that's what you were talking about, Daddy Gaming. Yeah, so it's the Sunspot Infinite with the pass. So yeah, for Khazar Zoo, I think it's still viable at early collection levels. I think it just really hurt those that were trying to run it probably later than they should have. So maybe we do. That doesn't feel great. I think we probably lose this one. We can do a Mystique, and then we can do an Ironheart. No, we can't, because we would lose 5 power here. So in that case, we're just going to do the Ironheart flip. I hope that we can beat them in Weird World, but probably not. We probably lose this one to Only, but we're going to risk the cubes. 543 Gaming. I started watching your videos last week and wanted to say that you love them. Thank you so much. And then the Arnim Zola was nasty too. For them drawing into our cards, they put a beat down on us. We'll gladly take the 4 cube loss on that one. We're all the way down to 23. So 543 Gaming. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the content. I love hearing that, and I love kind of knowing that like we're making a positive impact with our videos and with our content. So thank you so much for being a part of our little community. Oh man, this person just wants to be wrecked by Killmonger and Shang-Chi. That play was nasty, and with the kind of rise or comeback of the like cheat 6 or large minion decks, it may be that we start seeing Shang-Chi teched in a little bit more often again. But yeah, in general, yeah. Hey Potent Gaming, thank you so much for following us on the Twitch account. And so for those of you that maybe are on the Twitch or are on YouTube that don't know, we're live streaming to both platforms simultaneously. Because right now we're not an affiliate on Twitch, and so if you're on Twitch and you haven't seen our YouTube, check it out. We have most of our content there. If you're on YouTube and you haven't seen our Twitch, it's just this live stream, so you're actually probably okay. And so it looks like we're going against a hey should have rolled. Thank you so much for the follow. So it looks like we're going against a Spectrum buff deck again. I think we're just going to play the Sentinel that we got from the hub and just kind of assess. Shang-Chi is the only card they kept the pool 3 in check. Yeah, and so New York's pretty decent for them because they'll be able to move cards into the Ebony Maw lane. Yeah, they definitely liked seeing that. So we're going to go ahead and we will use our Lockjaw here. And then next turn we'll probably do a Jubilee flip. She-Hulk will be coming in the game. She's been data mined, so people have seen like a general idea of what she does. But we just don't know when. 10K gold can buy credits from the store. Yeah, it can buy a lot of your credits. It can really push you in collection log. So if you're wanting to get some new cards, the gold would definitely be well spent on credits. That's what we used most of ours for. How often do you try viewer decks? Right now we do it once a week. It's something that we just started doing. And so the wave here is weird for an ongoing kind of deck. So Sarah, yeah, you're right. And we have no way to counter it, do we? Yeah, I think we play our Sarah here instead. Not there. I think we play our Sarah here instead. That way we reduce the cost of our cards. Ooh, and they use a leader? What is this? What is this deck? Oh no, that feels terrible. We reduced the cost of their cards. The Jubilee would have been better off there because then they would have pulled from their own set of cards and not ours. We can get some pretty decent rotations going. We can rotate the Jubilee and the Jubilee's pool. We can rotate our Sunspot out. Or we can skip that. We can do a wave here so that they can only drop one card next turn. I think we're going to try that instead. Are they going to Odin the leader? Potentially. Depending on if we have initiative going into it, it could be that we drop our arrow to pull their Odin out instead. Or if... Okay, so Nightcrawler bounces over there. And so Odin on the leader is definitely possible. Oh, I missed so many messages. I'm sorry, guys. I appreciate you being here and just enjoying the stream and enjoying the content. Can they also drop 2 cards because of Sarah? Yeah, they can also drop 2 cards. I watch your Snap videos exclusively. The explanations are great. Thank you so much, Nay Borley. I appreciate you enjoying the content. I'm so glad that you're here. I had someone leader my destroyer yesterday. That's happened to me once, and it's always fantastic when it does. Depending on where they play their cards, we can do an arrow. This lane will be capped out. Do we have any other good cards to flip into? We could flip into our Odin here, right? And they won't be able to pull it over, so if they do Odin their leader, they're not going to be able to copy the arrow. And then do we do a Magneto since we're anticipating that they are going to drop Odin? Maybe we compete for left and right and we leave mid just as is. It doesn't feel great. It definitely doesn't feel great, but that's what we're going to try. I think there's too many, like they can move too many cards. They have the potential leader play. There's so many variables that I don't know of a good way to maneuver the power. So all I can think of is to shift it into 2 lanes and then hope for the best. And so they do copy our arrow, but they're not going to be able to pull any of our cards because we capped out the left and the right lane. Our arrow will move their Odin over. We flip into our Odin, which is then going to not hit them with Juggernaut because they didn't play there naturally. And then we pull their wave over. What a wild ride. We lost, but definitely, oh my gosh. There's so many changes and variables that had we had initiative and were able to pull their Odin before it triggered on leader, we would have absolutely won that one. Albert, do you still play Runeterra now? I haven't for a while. But I've been hearing that it is becoming more diverse. 1 power difference, yeah. So it was a very close one. I've heard that there's more decks available and more like meta style gameplay besides maybe the Bard deck. But it has kind of piqued my interest if I can find time. Right now we're putting a lot of like attention and effort into Snap, but if we can ever find time, it may be something that I check out again. Double New York into Arrow and Magneto. Yeah, like there's no amount of anticipation that you're going to be able to do to figure out how that one's going to end, Imina. Like there's just no way. So Nay Borley, I had a Sakaar pull my Onslaught into mid where I put Khazar and Blue Marvel. Oh my gosh, that is an up roll. That is a high roll. I'm sure. I assume you won that game. I can't imagine you losing that game at that point unless they dropped a Killmonger on you. So we're going to go ahead and pass this turn. We do have Fisk Tower. Ooh, how many cubes did we lose last game? Was that a 2-cube game? Do you think this game will feature, will have like a custom feature to build your own games or build your own matches? I know they're going to have like friendly mode where you can play against like other people or your other friends, and so you can like set up like tournaments and things like that they're working on. We just don't have a timeline for when that's going to come out. I lost by 4. Yeah, so I didn't even calculate it because we saw that we lost, but it could have went a lot of different ways, a whole lot of different ways. So one more moment. Once I got Onslaught, Citadel, and Cerebro plus Mystique, 1 mana, 11 power card. It's phenomenal. So we do kill their Electra here. With our Magneto, we know that we're going to be able to pull their Storm eventually if they don't cap out this location. So I think we play our wave here. As long as what they play is less than 5 power, we can pretty reliably lock down the flooded lane here. Do you think She-Hulk will come out tomorrow with the show, kind of like the Mighty Thor and the Destroyer? I don't think it will. So far, they're still trying to figure out how to release cards. They had Valkyrie set up to release with Thor, with the Nexus event, but with the negative backlash from that event, they ended up pulling all of those cards back, and so they're still trying to figure out how to release new cards into the game reliably or consistently. So thank you everyone for jumping in and joining us for our lunch Marvel Snap live stream. They had a really big play into the flooded location there, like really big. We can drop our Odin, which would pull one of these cards over, but it's not going to be enough, right? No matter what we pull, they're going to have us beat, or they're going to have us beaten in this location. I think maybe we do our Magneto this turn. We kill their, or do we wait? We're going to do Magneto, then we can always follow it back up with an Odin if they drop a 3 or 4 cost card into Wakandan Embassy. Got hit with that double Guardians of the Galaxy. And so they hit an arrow, and so fortunately we played into Fisk Tower instead of potentially being able to be impacted by that. I wish we had our arrow here to guarantee that we were going to pull the card over, because then we could try to push the tiebreaker. And we have initiative, so this feels bad. If they have an Odin, they win here. And with the on-reveal style like cards that they have, I would anticipate that they do have an Odin. And so if they play an Odin here, that's only 8 power, and that's the only card that they play. Maybe we try to anticipate that. We do our Odin, which would pull like their Rocket, their Iceman, or their Star-Lord to reduce their win amount here, and they can't pull any of our cards. That's if they use the Odin here. We're going to gamble a bit. No, wait, did they do it? Is that the Odin? If so, then we win the tiebreaker. No, they use a Shang-Chi. So we win mid by 2. They win the right by 4. Ugh. So unfortunate. Defeat. What could have been. So we're going to take another 2 cube loss. We're going to do one more. We were up to 28 cubes at one point, but we've had a pretty bad streak for the latter part. For all of you guys that are watching us live, I appreciate you jumping in, joining us for our lunchtime period. We have one more game in us, and then we'll do just a small amount of chatting and just kind of catching up with you guys. But as a reminder, if you're on the YouTube and you like the live streams, make sure that you like the live stream. If you hit the like button, it does help the live stream out. And then if you are interested, we do have memberships set up, which help support us and help support us continuing to create daily Marvel Snap content. But if not, or if you're not in a place where you have the means to do that, I definitely appreciate you just being here and checking out the videos, the content, and just being here to chat with us. And so we're going to go ahead and skip turn 2 again. We're going to be able to pull their Sunspot out of Miniaturized Lab into Fisk Tower, so we at least have a decent upside there. Or we don't have to, because Biofreeze comes up, which is phenomenal, because after turn 4, it's going to pull their Sunspot over for us. And so we don't have to do the hard work. We can just let it happen. We're going to play our Juggernaut. If they play into the Biofreeze here, yeah, we have the Biofreeze. If they play here, we're going to push it. It's guaranteed to go into Fisk Tower. If I was them, they probably play into Fisk Tower, but we're gonna hope that they don't. Yes, we get the upside. We get the Storm. So we are going to shift that into Fisk Tower. He's about to be Biofroze. So unfortunately, they changed Biofreeze, but we still killed their Storm. We know that we couldn't push it into Miniaturized Lab because this one is locked down. And so now I think we do Polaris and Sunspot here. That's going to pull their Sunspot in. It's going to destroy their Sunspot. Yeah, it's Bifrost, but because we butchered it, in case anyone's new, we butchered it the first time it was released by calling it Biofrost, Bifreeze, all kinds of crazy stuff. Hey, Saviok, thank you so much for the follow. We call it all kinds of crazy stuff, and so we're gonna be able to pull their Devil Dino into Fisk Tower with a Magneto. So I think that locks down our 2 locations. That's going to lock down... Oh, this is amazing. That's going to lock down miniaturized... Well, it's going to lock down the flooded location, probably Fisk Tower as well. We're going to drop Arrow just in... No, wait. No, wait. Arrow won't do us any good here, because they have to play here. They can't play in the flooded lane. They can't play here. So it wouldn't do us any good to Arrow this turn. But what we can do is hit them with a wave. They can only drop 1 card next turn. Most likely it'll be in Miniaturized Lab, and then Magneto will pull their Devil Dino out and destroy it. The game will be broken if they have the feature to refund card. Turned off the stream for 20 minutes, taking a work call. First thing I hear back on is the Biofreeze. Oh no, so they drop a Doc Ock, which is the way to get us to not be able to pull their Devil Dino over. Okay, well we win Fisk Tower for sure. And we win flooded location actually. No, we don't have to fret here. So let's say they have a Shang-Chi and we pull their Devil Dino over. We win this lane. We win this lane. Okay, yeah, they end up retreating. When they pulled in the massive Infinite, there's no coming back from that. Even if you have maybe a magic, it still becomes really tough at that point. And so Dustin, you called it. I bet they retreat after this turn. And so that is going to be our last game. We will kind of stick around for a few minutes to do some chatting. But let's see. So we will update the cube counter to 21 for the final count. And so, Nay Borley, Hearthstone player for 6 years here. This game is far better. Latest expansion ruined what was left of it. Yeah, Nay, I played up until Marvel Snap released, and then I ended up, I dropped it. So we were running like a Charge Warrior in a Control Warrior style meta, and those games with the control decks were taking 30, 40 minutes. And so then we stepped into Marvel Snap, and it was like 3 to 5 minutes at a time. Even if you're both waiting till the very end of the turn, it just felt phenomenal. And so yeah, we got hooked, and the unique locations creates some like RNG style element so that it feels different every game. It doesn't feel like you're playing the same repetitive deck over and over, even though you're still playing the same 12 cards. Like that outcome and building around all of those. Hey Mosab, thank you so much for the follow. And being able to play around those locations, make it feel fresh every time you jump in. That's all there is at Diamond 5 and above. Yeah, and so I was hitting Legend each season, and it after that I didn't push for like a high Legend rank just because it felt like a grind. Where is Clarice? Oh, she went over. She's over by the back door. She's laying down. She comes in and pops in behind us quite a bit, but she just kind of roams, and they're all. I have 3 actually, and they all just kind of lay in the hallway. I think if I switch to the bigger cam, you can actually see one back right in the hallway there. She's just laying down in the middle of the hallway. They like the tile floor because it's nice and cool. And I don't know if I called this out, but thank you, Kappa, for subscribing to the YouTube channel. You watch exclusively for the doggo. I appreciate it, Dale. Even if you don't enjoy the content, if you just come for the puppies, I'm okay with that. They're fantastic animals. So, let's see, Pilk and Jor, that's what I like about Snap. Games are quick unless you run long Onslaught and Gambit. And even then, they're still fairly quick. Like the longest game I think I've had is probably 6 minutes. And that's like me really overthinking every single move I was doing. I knew she was the one I heard walking. Yeah, it sounds like they're like tippity tapping on the floor. So one last call out: if you are watching this on Twitch and you're not aware of our YouTube channel, most of our content is on our YouTube, and then if you're not following the Twitch channel or subscribe to the YouTube channel, I greatly appreciate it if you enjoy the content. A subscription, it helps us kind of grow and expand. And then if you liked the live stream, make sure to leave it a thumbs up. That way you can get it can reach as many viewers as possible so that they can enjoy as well. I appreciate each of you joining me for this little bit over an hour, closer to an hour and a half lunch stream, and just taking a little bit of time out of your day to be here and enjoy some Marvel Snap with us. If you guys ever need anything that I can help with, shoot me a message, shoot a comment. I love interacting with you guys. I love doing these live streams because we can have that back and forth, which is a little bit faster than comments. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. I hope that you have a fantastic day. We are going to go ahead and jump off. This has been TLSG. Later, guys.